I haven't really got used to these migratory covers yet. Alright, hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Over here at Hive number 5 for a quick look. Inspected that 2 weeks ago. Today is Monday, September 7th. Happy Labor Day, America. It's about 10:30 in the morning. Temperatures in the mid-70s with the heat index. Feels absolutely fantastic. Kind of amazing what a 30 to 35 degree temperature change will do for inspecting colonies. It actually makes it quite pleasant. So let's see, this is going to be the last inspection for 2020. Let's take a quick look at the front entrance since I just smoked them and disturbed them a little. I will say this much, I'm a bit concerned for this colony because the late afternoon entrance does not look the same as other colonies, similar to that and the ones down the line, meaning they're not really bearding heavily, which doesn't really mean too much, but the reason I'm concerned, or the reason why that is a concern for me, is because the other colonies that have heavy beards also have pretty healthy populations of bees. So that's the main concern, which is why I'm out here today. However, most likely I'm just going to let nature take its course, because the Laguna Bay colony I inspected a few months back for my buddy, went out there once this year. It looked like they had swarmed at one point, and the property owner said he thinks he saw a swarm move in. I went out to inspect them. It's a double deep, full drawn foundation, and whatever swarm did move in completely fill that hive with food, brood, very healthy looking hive. So the point of sharing that is because my intentions are to let this hive just kind of do its thing. They might just be fine, honestly. So enough of me yapping. Let's get into the box. Let's see how they're looking. Take a quick look at the top box, just like the other colonies. See if they're using the food, the sugar water, to make stores, and really just do a quick assessment of the colony down below. So let's see, what is this? This is actually one of the very few shallows I have, and I don't do much there. Really just want to kind of jump to the center. So something else to keep in mind as well, we do have goldenrod on the verge of blooming, which, if it is left for its full bloom cycle, which is actually pretty long, I don't remember off the top of my head, but it can be quite a few months. So it's a great fall source of nectar and pollen, so carbs and protein for the bees. What I was trying to say is if it actually is able to bloom through its entire cycle, because every single year for the last few years we've had a hurricane come through this time of year and completely wipe out the goldenrod. So as long as we can remain hurricane free, even though we've already had one this year, this time of year we can remain hurricane free, that'd be a good source for the bees. Alright. So even though they do not beard too heavily, I imagine the queen is on one of these frames. So it's kind of decision time, really. And let me angle this down just a little more, because I think it is kind of high. So they're starting to come up and investigate. They're using the sugar water. There's about half in there. So they've used half a gallon in 2 weeks, so about a gallon a month. which ain't bad. It's definitely not as much as other hives, but other hives probably have twice the amount of bees, which kind of makes sense. Got some food stores there. Actually, before I inspect the rest of the hive and disrupt them more and more, just gonna clean these out. There's a few dead bees, even though they advertise these things, you know, I don't know if they say prevent drowning, but if you add any kind of liquid to a hive, I mean, I think bees are going to drown no matter what, so that's just my 2 cents. Alright, they're definitely storing the sugar water, that's for sure. Alright, the queen's doing her thing. Obviously you can see the capped brood, but what you probably can't see is quite a bit of pupated larvae, and I can see some eggs as well. Oh! Would you look at that? Oh, God. These are the things that stress me out with beekeeping, mainly because this time of year. Check that out. Supersedure cell being in the top third of the frame. I doubt you can see that, but that is a wet looking cell. Oh yeah, it definitely has a larva, just like I found in another colony, a supersedure cell. I think that was hive number 1. I'm just gonna let them do their thing. That's actually nice to see. It's a lot of capped honey, sugar water. So I'm curious to see if they have a queen or not, and if possibly they may have already swarmed, which is be kind of strange. I mean, not strange, but not exactly expected for this time of year. I have found the queen on the very last frame quite a few times, which is why I'm looking, if you're wondering, because that is a very developed supersedure cell, which should be completely capped in the next week and hatch. Yeah, probably by maybe mid-September. And I know this queen is marked as well, so let me just double check. So if that is the case, meaning they've swarmed, that kind of makes sense why the front... Nope, there's the queen right there. Here she is right there. They're just not happy with her. I don't know why. Yeah. Hard to tell. So anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna let them do the thing. Just gonna let nature take its course, because it's September. They might know something I don't know, and it is just too late to be making splits, because I don't want to pull frames from any colony really to put in a nuke in hopes that the queen hatches, mates, returns, you you know, starts laying, does all the typical things you would expect them to do. Alright, well, let's see how that goes. And that does it for hive number 5. Always a surprise when you're keeping bees. So as you can see, they're queen right and have a very healthy developed supersedure cell. So we'll see what happens come the spring. That's all I can say. I can't do anything about it. I mean, I can physically do something about it. I'm just choosing not to given the time of year and everything. So maybe they know something, I don't know. Either way, that's it for number 5. Appreciate everybody looking. If you have not subscribed, please do so. And if you hit the bell, you'll receive notifications of future videos. So, hope you like the channel. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Again, if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments. I'll try to answer all the questions folks have or concerns, which lately seems to be more concerns than questions, but, you know, can't control that. So yeah, tune back in come the spring, and we'll see how hive number 5 is doing. Hopefully they are busting loose with bees to where I can add a queen excluder and start adding supers and have a nice honey crop. But we'll see how that goes, not to get too far ahead of myself. Alright, hey, thanks for watching everybody. That's number 5. September 7th, Labor Day. We'll see how they're looking in the spring. See you guys in a few months.